readers. In this video, I'm going to talk about Cross-Dressing Villainess Cecilia Sylvie, volumes 3 and 4. I would have done these separately, but they kind of go together and wrap up like the first major arc of the light novel series. And I'm looking forward to seeing like what changes with the fifth one. So quickly I'll read the synopsis from both of these and then maybe like tie them together. So from volume 3, twice the boys, twice the pressure. Odd. Still disguised as her male alter ego, Cecil, or Cecil. I'm still not sure how they say it for this. Reincarnated villainess Cecilia Sylvie discovers that the only surefire method of averting her death is raising all the hero's affections enough to enter the true love route. But Einstein's way, twins whose scenarios she never completed in her past life, are proving an uphill battle. As if that weren't bad enough, the siblings seem to be hiding something. Meanwhile, escalating advances from Oscar and Gilbert have Cecilia's heart racing. Will she be able to uncover the twins' secret while hiding her own? Her life depends on it. And then volume 4, it all comes crashing down. Lauded for her acts of bravery during Advent Day, Cecilia, still pretending to be Cecil, is invited to the seat of the Church of Caritade, for an audience with the Holy Maiden herself. There she seizes the opportunity to procure the sacred dagger that will allow her to rid the world of the obstructions for good, only to discover that the game's major villain has made off with it first. But as she works to track the perpetrator down, Cecilia finally learns that her fiancé, Oscar, has seen through her disguise. Can this reincarnated villainess make it through her most harrowing predicament yet? So yeah, in volume 3, we learn of the final main, love interests that would have existed in the game world from before, and they're kind of a tough nut to crack. There's one who seems a bit darker in actions than the other. There's also this whole thing that Cecilia gets swept up in where she gets brought into this play for the Advent, and in which she gets to act as a female and not as a male. And so her best friend there is inviting Gilbert and Oscar so that they can see her in this role, of which then they get scandalized because there's like this whole kind of sheer skirt thing happening. You know how they are. But through, of course, the course of actions throughout the book, she does end up forming a friendship with, what is it, Einstein's Way? Einstein's Way that advances the story forward, and she does, of course, reveal this, escape route or win route for the game, where if she can get into the whole thing and get the dagger and whatever, I don't know, they're supposed to be able to stop the obstructions and then supposedly win. And more of like the big bad, the villain, is revealed. In volume 4, in volume 4, we do get to meet the villain of the piece and to learn a bit more about the obstructions and where they're coming from and how they can battle the obstructions. And also, an ally, I guess you would say, that the villain found and is now working with the villain and is causing this problems in it. Volume 4, I actually loved for some of the scenes that we get with both Gilbert and Oscar. It is looking from this volume like Oscar would be more endgame, because there's a whole scene where like Gilbert, I think Cecilia realizes now from this volume that Gilbert does have a very honest love and attraction to her, but he also loves her enough, or at least what he says in here, things could change. I have no idea where the series is going to go after this, but that he loves her enough to where he would want her to be happy no matter what. So essentially saying that even if she chooses the relationship with her fiancé, who is Oscar, and the prince, that it would be fine. That it's up to her and he will always love and respect her regardless. There's a scene with Oscar, which, as it says in the back, he finally reveals to her that, hey, I know who you are. Actually, that's a whole great scene where like there's a lot of threats happening for them. They escape with their lives, and now it's like, don't worry, I've known for a long time now that you are my fiance, Cecilia, and you're dressing as a boy for whatever reason. Like, I've known, and it's fine. So they have like kind of a sweet scene. And you know from most of these scenes that Cecilia is obviously attracted to Oscar, that a big part of what keeps her away from Oscar is the storyline from before, the game storyline, where she thinks that being close to him or around him breaks the plot and also is a danger to her life. So she's just trying to do whatever she can to survive. But in all occurrences in this, they have changed the game. Like, it's not at all the story that was told from before. And I think the end of this kind of opens that up as well, even to them. And so going forward, I think it's more what's going to happen after this. And I think there is more of a push for Cecilia, who is still going to hide under the guise of Cecil or Cecil. There is still more of a push for her to be the main protagonist, the heroine of the tale. So we'll see. We'll see. I honestly, like, I don't know how much longer this is going. I don't remember if I tried to look it up, but I don't know. But I'm still having fun with this, like, just seeing kind of like where it's going. And again, I hope it doesn't last for over long, but I don't mind like the plot going. I think there's still a lot of cute romantic comedy hijinks. I think that there is still enough where they have to still defeat the villain of the piece. They have to help save the country. Like, all of these things are still going on, so it's still okay. But it was interesting how fast most of the pacing for the plot was going until the end of this. And I think it's from here on out that I don't know where the story will go, because this wrapped up that main piece that you kind of were building to from the elements of the game. And so now it's kind of more open world, I guess you would say. Like, there is obviously clear missions that they have to do, but it's also more open world. And now so many of the allies know that she is Cecilia. And so I think there will be less need for her to hide, which might mean there's less hijinks throughout the rest of the story. So again, I don't know where this is leading to. I do think it would be fun to get into there and see where they're going with it. I'm still having a good time, so I'm hoping that Volume 5 is on par or just as good. And I'm pretty sure I have Volume 5, and I'm pretty sure I have it on my, like, to-be-read quickly pile. So I'm interested to see where this is going. I can't believe I'm already, read through 4 volumes of this, but it's good. I still like it. I enjoy it, and seeing, like, what they're going to do next and how they're going to solve things. So, yes, I would still recommend it. And I'm wondering, too, if we'll get kind of more spin-off stories as it wraps up more with Cecilia. Like, if we'll see more of her friend's story. Because you see that in the background a lot, like her kind of budding romance going on. But I wonder if we'll get more of it as Cecilia wraps up. Like, I have no idea. Again, I don't know where it's going from here on out. Like, I know goals they have to do, but who knows how it's going to be covered. So, would recommend still. Still loving cross-dressing villainess Cecilia Sylvie. And I think that wraps it up. That's it for this video. Until next time.